freaks. I'm here to give Taurus a read straight from the hip with lots of lip. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. We're going to go ahead and throw Mercury and Mars into action just because of what's going on planetarily. And of course, if you have a stellium that is 3 or more planets in the second house of Taurus, this may resonate with you. We are looking at the period that got kicked off with that Virgo new moon that is going to be in action clear through, honestly, at this point, for our intents and purposes in giving you this reading. Really look at projecting this read to see these themes coming in all the way up until October 2nd, when Mercury retrograde goes direct out of Libra and into Virgo. So Virgo really started out this cycle, this lunar cycle, and is closing it up. And we're just going to dive in. We're going to get a general read on what's coming up for you guys. And please remember that I am reading for a collective, okay? So there's a lot of people, a lot of different stories. Everything that needs to come on through comes on through, and I'm going to speak to it. That being said, not every single story is going to resonate with you. I'm talking to a whole bunch of people who are going to receive these readings, all right? So it's not a personal, but if you are interested in a personal, you can reach out to me at broadcoven@gmail.com. That's how I set up my appointments. And there's more information about what I charge for that and all that jazz in the comment section. I'm sorry, not in the comment section, in the description box. What am I saying? What am I saying? Anyway, let's have a look. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Queen of Cups, okay? So that's water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So either you're really in your feels, maybe you got put in your feels after that Pisces full moon. That's what I got coming through. Some of you may be in your feels about a water sign. Let's look into this and see what's coming up for you, Taurus, okay? That card wanted to come out right off the bat. What's coming up for the Taurus collective? Something is happening. We got some movement in a situation. Something you've been waiting for is actually progressing. There's some forward motion. Let's see what it's bringing you. It's kind of coming in as a crossing influence. It's interesting because the way all of your cards came out on the board, we got this crossing influence here. So I'm just looking at what's going on here. I feel like there's some truth coming in and some pretty bold words being spoken. And this may have to do with somebody feeling like somebody did them wrong, okay? I say that because we have the Ace of Swords, okay, coming in with the 3 of Wands, right? So this shows that you've been waiting for some kind of communication here. You have been waiting for some kind of communication in this situation, and I believe it's coming. There's going to be some kind of truth that comes forward. I'm getting that this truth may not be what you expect. I'm getting this truth is actually going to be a little harsh. Okay, we got this Emperor energy coming in with the 7 of Swords. So I feel like this is somebody that there's been a lot of dishonesty around. I think there's been some hidden motives in this situation. Hidden motives. I also feel like this is somebody that you need to be live to because they're not operating on the up and up. You know, this person. I just got vendetta, you know. It's like it's score to settle kind of energy. I think there was a lot of underhandedness going on in this situation. I'm getting a lot of lies, a lot of secrecy, a lot that was being hidden, you know, hidden. And there's definitely this manipulation element and somebody trying to get away with something, you know, somebody trying to get away with something. We'll need to look more into this situation, but with this Emperor here, that is Aries sign energy. Okay, it's the archetype for Aries, but it really could be any strong masculine force. This would be somebody who's a force to reckon with, not an easygoing person. There's something to be aware of here. Yeah, this might have been started as something that was sort of like purely sexual. Maybe there was a lot of attraction there. Again, we have fire sign confirmation, okay, with this Queen of Wands. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Queen of Wands, this is somebody who, pick what side you're on, but for those who are interested in women, this is somebody who just really turned you on. They definitely had their mojo working for them. They knew what they were working with, and you found them very alluring, very enticing, very intriguing, and they were also a very independent energy. This kind of drew you in, but I think that you might have been afraid that this person was interested in more than one person. I think you're right about that. This might be a cross-watcher energy to come through, honestly. This might be some cross-watcher energy right here, okay? So I welcome cross-watchers on this channel. Sometimes, it helps if you can hear some information come through that confirms something you were already suspicious about. So if you thought that there was, kind of multiple player dynamic in this situation, you could be right about that. I mean, we do see, like, in this Seven of Swords figure, they're walking away with those 4 swords, but there's 3 pointed at the back. So I'm getting this like energy in this situation to be careful, because pick what side you're on, but it's almost like somebody really got spurned in this situation. Somebody kind of got like handed their ass, it might have even been this Queen of Wands. This is kind of what I'm picking up, that they're used to kind of using their sexuality, their sensuality. This would be somebody who would have fire signs strongly aspected in their chart: sun, moon, rising. I'm picking up in particular, could be Venus too, all right? But this would be somebody who's definitely running really strong fire energy for sure. Maybe really strong Aries energy in particular. Just with that association with the Emperor card, I also feel like this could be somebody who is very much kind of like very balanced in their energy, a woman who's kind of like big boss energy. She knows how to stand up for herself, independent energy. And maybe she's kind of used to having people just sort of fall at her feet, She's used to getting her way, but this kind of Emperor energy pulled a fast one on her. And so now there might be this piece where, she's looking to get revenge. It's kind of one of those situations, like almost, and I get, no matter what side it's on, whether it's you, Taurus, and you have fire signs strongly aspected in your chart, and you were dealing with an Aries who kind of turned you down, or vice versa, or it's the other way. You're the one who was sexually. I feel it's like more sexual. I'm not seeing any cups energy. This is a lot of wands energy on the board, and this is a lot of swords energy on the board. In fact, it's matched. So that gives me a sense that it was something that was like mentally stimulating. This was probably a lot of communication online. Maybe you hopped on the phone. Maybe you did some video chatting. Maybe there was some sexting. Okay, it does have that energy to me. But it feels like it's kind of like bobbing on the surface. I do not see any cups. I don't see emotional investment. And there obviously was something going on here that was shady with that Seven of Swords, but I feel like somebody got rejected. Somebody got rejected, and they're not used to that. And so they might want to just kind of come around to like get one over on the other person who rejected them, to be like, see, you know, still got it, you know. It's kind of some petty shit, to be honest, you know. So I don't know what side of that you're on, but do be live to that, okay? Because I do see some kind of communication coming in from somebody who felt rejected, you know. They might come under the guise of like wanting to sort of, you know, have another go or sort of heal the rift, but they have an ulterior motive, and their motive is to cause harm, cause hurt, cause the Three of Swords. They want to get even. This is what I'm getting as an initial message. Yeah, we see right here that, you know, here's a message that comes in with the Lovers, okay? We see that a message that comes in with the Lovers, and it like spins this fantasy. There's this great fantasy that is spun about, oh, it's oh so romantic, and yes, let's go off on a little love jaunt together. There's some kind of illusion that's being spun that's actually going to leave this person feeling incredibly burdened. All right. They're going to feel like the weight of all their actions on their back. This is a lot of karma to carry for something that doesn't even offer any growth. It's merely just about getting it in. I'm picking up a big, just purely sexual connection, you know. Might have something that really has more to do with money. Maybe one of the people has something that this other person is really drawn to on a financial level. Maybe they want to, you know, use them for what they have, the kind of lifestyle that they afford. There's some piece here. There's some piece here. Let's look a little bit more deeply into it. I mean, we know that, you know, spirits involved in this situation with the Hierophant, that is Taurus's card, okay? I notice there's this community gathered here. This might be something that has had an effect on your community, as in your social circle, this connection. There's something that feels burdensome about it, and there's something about it that can't be trusted, okay? Let's just see what other energy we have on the top of that. Yeah, you need to bring a close to this situation. Something about this situation needs to be released. It's time for it to come to an end, and give it a rest with the Four of Swords, all right? This is about needing to let go. So somebody in this situation is not letting go, and they're supposed to let go. And instead, they're kind of I think maybe they're also kind of like trying to dig up information with that Seven of Swords, because Seven of Swords is usually about trying to get something and get away with it. And in this case, I'm seeing a lot of kind of, I'm getting a real feel that there's a lot of kind of like online actions. So this might be somebody trying to dig up information online on the other person, maybe trying to run background checks, maybe trying to, you know, get into their social media, get into their phone. I don't know, you know, if somebody has any kind of tech savvy, they might be messing around on that level, which would not be wise to do. Yeah, you know, there's some reason here to feel defensive against this energy with this Seven of Wands, okay? I think that, again, very sexual energy. It's very sexual, and it's also an energy that brings a lot of drama your way and actually leads you to being kind of isolated, to be honest with you. And there is kind of a need for you to do this right now with this individual. Four of Swords to Seven of Wands. That's like putting the situation on ice and, you know, making yourself inaccessible to this person. In some cases, this may mean you need to block, you need to change your number. There's something here that needs to be looked at. Yeah, we definitely have you moving into a more solitary energy. And again, there's that money piece, okay? Nine of Pentacles. This is about the financial stability that you've built for yourself. And remember, I said there was like some kind of money piece here. And it's interesting because there's also this Ace of Pentacles. Now, this Ace of Pentacles is a timing card, okay? And This timing card is associated with the spring, all right? So I see that there's probably going to be some really big financial come up, new beginning for you in the spring. There's something that you're developing right now, that you're working on right now, that is going to lead to personal success and financial solvency for you. It's a really good thing. And like I said, there might be somebody who wants to get their hands on that stability. Oh, goodness, I got like sentience here. And, that's something you need to be aware of. It also could potentially be the other way around. Again, you have to pick what side you're on, because I am picking up big cross-watcher energy in this reading. It could be the other is the person who's had the big financial come up, and you're drawn to them for that reason. And maybe there is a sexual connection. Maybe this person turned you down in the past. But for some reason, you're upset with them. Possibly they played you. Maybe they lied to you. You kind of want to get one over on them. Maybe pretend that you're still interested so you can, get some money. At least then you feel like you got something out of the situation. I mean, I just got to bring the stories in as they come in. I'm not saying that's everyone's story, but it is somebody's story out there. In this case, somebody is using the other. And it's almost like they're using them as a form of revenge. They want to give the illusion that they're interested in building with this person. They want to give the illusion that they're still interested, still attracted to this person. This is a person where it's been really up until this point, just all endorphins, hormones, sexual charge, hookup energy, and a lot of mental activity. But we know that mental activity is manipulative. There's definite manipulation in this situation and a strong money piece involved, okay? But I feel like the feminine in this situation does have emotions, okay? And there's that water sign energy again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay? One of you could have, one of these signs strongly aspected in your chart. And so this is creating complication, because we do see it's a third party situation here. There's three people working together. So I'm getting, with that Seven of Swords in play, there may be three people working together, but one of these people doesn't know that. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah. Somebody needs to be educated about this matter with the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So that's Taurus energy. Okay. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth sign energy. They don't know. Somebody needs to fill them in. Somebody needs to let them know that there's a third party involved in this situation. Potentially that could fall on your hands, on your head. I'm sorry, your hands. Fall on your hands. Maybe you don't have the ability to actually go and talk to this person directly. Maybe you're going to use your hands to type out an email to them, send them a message or something. I don't know. That just came through, but I feel like it might be your responsibility to bring this forward and educate this person about what's going on, or somebody, possibly the third party, is going to reach out and inform you. Okay. But I feel like somebody is going to be educated, and this truth is coming out, okay, with the Ace of Swords coming in with that. Yeah, it's coming in with that Three of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, it's something about there's another person working with this King of Cups energy, because now we got a true partnership on the board, okay? We have the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups, all right? So we got two here, okay? These two are working together, all right? These two are working together. Strong water sign energy, okay? These two are working together romantically. There's feelings involved between these two. These two are in relationship. And there's a third party element. And either you're the third party, Taurus, or somebody else is a third party, and they're going to let you know. This is what I'm getting. There's something coming forward here. I know that it's going to create a stalemate in this situation where there's going to be some boundaries put up and there's going to be some decisions to be made. This might actually create a little bit of confusion. And so there will be a need to kind of have distance as everything gets sorted out. And we do see some kind of heartbreak here with that 3 of Swords that was promised in that 7 of Swords that I warned about. Okay, look. This Emperor energy comes in with the 7 of Swords. There's manipulation involved here. They're trying to get away with something. All right? And it could also be you. You're trying to get away with something with the Emperor. Okay? It works both ways. You know how it applies to you. But we see that what gets returned for this behavior is this heartbreak energy. So either you want to deliver the Emperor some heartbreak, or the Emperor wants to stab you in the heart. And I believe it has to do with somebody got rejected, somebody got turned down, something didn't turn out the way they wanted. We are in a big retrograde period, okay? And Mercury is retrograde in Libra, and that's all about relationships. And there's going to be a lot of zombies, coming around, just looking to feast on your brain and, manipulate and pull you into old loops, that you really, should be tired of by now, because it's really just repetitive bullshit in this situation. But some of you may go for that ride. You may end up, with a broken heart when all is said and done. You may be the one. I just heard, like, who's crying now? Who's crying now? That song. Who does that song? Who's crying now? Is that Brenda Lee? I'll have to look it up. I'll put it in the comments. I'll pin it in the comments, a link to the song, but I feel like that's a message coming through for you all, okay? There's something about this energy. Yeah. The message is very clear, okay? So I want to tell you, when this person comes around, the solution is to move away from this energy. We have the 6 of Swords. This is about leaving the troubles behind. And it also really, to me, relates to that, like the death barge, that symbolism of when death comes with its barge to transport the soul to the afterlife. It's like, it's this kind of energy. It's like, respect the death, because the death card showed up on the scene. If you, especially with the Queen of Cups showing up too, with this energy, Queen of Cups, that water sign energy coming in, and death is a Scorpio archetype. If you have a Scorpio placement strongly aspected in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, okay? This applies doubly to you. Like, really pay attention. There's the need to respect the deaths, the things that need to be released, and to move away from this energy, because it's a troublesome energy. Yeah, and boom, there we go. King of Wands. Okay, again, Aries energy, could also be Leo, Sagittarius. All right, so now we have 2 couples. Do you see what I'm saying here? We have 2 couples on the board. This is kind of a messy situation. So, if everything is cool with you and you're doing good in your relationship and you don't got anything going on the side, or any attraction you've been secretly nursing, even if you haven't acted on it, this probably isn't your message. I will do another shuffle around to see any other messages that want to come through, but this is all I'm getting out of this situation from what I'm seeing on the board. Okay, and I'm not going to make some shit up. I got to just go with what's on the board and how it's funneling through. Okay, so we have right here, we see there's 2 connections going on here. All right, there is this Queen of Cups, King of Cups. All right, this is a love-based relationship. This is like a committed relationship. Over here, we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. This is a sexually based attraction, okay? And there's some kind of deceit, there's some kind of secretiveness, there's some kind of manipulation, and I believe a little competitiveness in this connection. It's almost like these two people are competing with each other. It's a really weird energy. But there's somebody involved in this situation who does not know that their partner is involved in this fuckery. Okay. So whoever these players in the board are, they have water and fire strongly aspected in their chart because it's coming up twice. It's coming up twice to confirm that message. And I know I'm on the right track with that. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion about this with this Eight of Swords energy. All right. I think right now there's a feeling of being stuck, not knowing kind of how to get out of this situation. All right. And really, it's sort of like you put yourself in this situation. For those who have this story speaking to you, okay, you put yourself in this situation. If you're the one who's been kind of courting this stuff and you are aware of what's going on, you put yourself in this situation. There's only one way to get free, and that's to be accountable. You know, move away from this energy. And if there's somebody you need to be honest with them, you know, but take off these bindings you put around yourself, you know, take off that mask, look at things as they are, and, you know, stop acting, you know, like there's nothing you can do to change the situation because you created it. All right. You co-created it with this person. If you have no idea about what's going on and you're the person that is experiencing this is going on with your person, you know, and you're being played. Something is going to come along that's going to give you what you need to break free of this situation, you know. And it might be very painful at first to have this realization, but ultimately we see that moving away from this energy leads to you entering a prosperous cycle. Your finances look really good. You have some beautiful new beginning that comes for you in the spring that's very much solidifies your position, and you head into calmer waters. Okay. So this is coming forward front and center. And somehow on the other side of it, there is wish fulfillment. All right. This 9 of Cups. Let's do a cut of the deck energy on this because I'm kind of like over this story. Yeah, I think that, you know, the person who feels more emotionally invested when it's just a sexual connection, you keep wondering if this thing is going to develop and go further into something more, and you're going to wait forever with this 7 of Pentacles energy. You know, it's really about giving it a rest, you know, and if you are in a relationship, you know, being true to your relationship and being honest. And if you aren't the one who is interested in somebody else and somebody's pulling this with you, you know, it's really about you knowing your value and knowing what you deserve, you know, because you don't want, you know, this third party shit. Now, if you maybe decide that you can be cool with that and you're like, okay, well, if that's the way it's going to be, then, you know, I'm going to, you know, open up the possibilities for me too. That's cool. But, you know, I do want you to consider, even if you feel like you're drawn to a polyamorous sort of direction, you have to consider the fact that this person might not be the greatest to have in that dynamic, because there needs to be honesty and openness and communication. I mean, I don't know. I'm not polyamorous myself, but from what I've heard, you know, it helps if everybody is on the same board and is communicating openly about that. And I think that's super important because it's essential that you respect others' freedom, you know, to do what's right for them. And if you're hiding stuff or there's any kind of secretiveness going on, that can be a problem. And if somebody's been keeping something from you and has you like it locked in this dynamic where you have no idea that's what's been going on, that can be extremely problematic, right? You know? So just kind of put yourself in those shoes. If you're the person who is, out there having fun while you're, coming home at night and pretending like, you have this real, like, stable, committed relationship, well, it might be time to, like, let this person know, like, I've been, involved with another person. Likewise, if you get this news, if somebody reaches out to you and communicates this, that, they know what's going on, you're going to have some choices to make. And would you really, even if you were interested in a multiple partner dynamic, would you be open to that with somebody who lied to you, with somebody who kept that from you? Probably not. I think that you've done a lot of work around your value, knowing your worth, knowing what you want, knowing what you deserve. And so I don't think you're going to settle for this. Okay. I don't think you're going to settle for this. So I just, had this come in. For those who are in a committed partnership, you may have concerns about this. You may have concerns that maybe I just got this, that maybe somebody is a little too friendly, or maybe you have suspicions about somebody they work with. I just got this, like, maybe you think they're getting a little too close. I would say if you're feeling that and you're in a committed partnership, then it would be really wise to just open your heart a little bit and communicate this, even though that's kind of scary, like your partner can't read your mind. And if you're having these feelings, there's a reason this is coming up for you. And it's important that you all can hold space for that. Work through these things together, okay? But in some case here, there is concern about a third party. And there is some kind of manipulation going on. And even if you are feeling this way, let's say that you have trust issues and you're worried, like, you see your person hanging out with a friend, a little too much, and you're kind of like wondering, are they flirting with each other? Is there something going on there? But maybe you don't want to communicate about that because you're wanting to keep up appearances, you're wanting to save face, you don't want to go that place of vulnerability in your relationship. Well, even that is a form of manipulation, because you're not really being real. You're not coming to the relationship transparently. So I feel like there's really a need here for that. Okay. There's a need here for that, to be transparent, to communicate what's going on, what's coming up for you emotionally, what you're feeling. And third party dynamics, there's a need for honesty, and then moving away from the current energy, because there's definitely, it's not good energy. Seven of Swords is not good energy. We don't want to go there. We know it brings the Three of Swords. It brings heartbreak, so yeah, it's time to balance this shit out. You don't want karmic repercussions for shit like this, just think about the kind of karma you sow, and that the karma is the lessons you come here in this life to learn. And if you don't learn the lessons and you keep repeating these same patterns, then you're going to keep running into this shit over and over and over again. Why would you want to keep finding yourself in these unfulfilling situations that just doesn't even make sense, right? So it's like, balance it out, cut off what is out of integrity, don't hold space for that. And if it's you even withholding how you're feeling about a situation, or your fears, your concerns, and you're in a committed relationship and you're like, I don't know, I feel like we've gotten a little distant, or I'm feeling insecure about this person my partner's hanging out with, it's important that you air that. It's important that you bring that forward, and that you allow yourself to show up in integrity and honestly communicate what you're feeling. And, hopefully your partner meets you in that space, because that's the way it should be, man. Okay. That's the way it should be. Relationships aren't perfect. We all have stuff that comes up for us in relationship. It's a scary space to enter sometimes, especially when there's been a lot of challenges in the past. But honesty is key. Okay. Honesty is key. It takes a lot to open your heart. So somebody has opened their heart to you, hold that with tender, loving care, and show up in a real way. And that means letting yourself be vulnerable. Okay. All right. Anything else for the Taurus collective? Because that was Let's see. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's interesting. So I think this is speaking more about kind of committed relationships. Just one final point on this. Um, there is this piece that, you can transform this situation with this magician energy. Those of you in committed relationships, you can get a second wind. You can breathe new life into your relationship. You can, transcend these challenges, and you can alchemize that energy. If you bring it forward, if you work through it together, you can have a new beginning in a relationship. The magician can often be like a relationship having a second chance, like new life breathed into it. Okay. Where there has been maybe a feeling of things being cut off and having gone cold. Okay. This could have to do with air sign energy, King of Swords, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. And we can see that there can be a healing that can come through here with the Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles working together, a give and take, a reciprocal flow in the relationship. But it does involve, opening up, being honest, expressing how you're feeling. Okay. Any other messages for Taurus in September? Any other messages for Taurus in September? We did have the Devil show up on the board. There is a money piece involved for sure in that dynamic. Boy, it's just really wanting to focus on this energy, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else coming through. But if this is what wants to come through, this is what wants to come through. I can't, direct the message any other way. There's definitely looks like there's some cleanup work here for Taurus. Okay. And we've got something crossing that Devil. It's face down right now, so we'll see what that is. And woo, it has something to do with a love relationship. Okay. Here we got the Devil energy right here. Okay, and you can see this Devil is holding that Ace of Pentacles. There's this treasure chest here. Also kind of has dowry vibes to me. You can see that the Devil is chained to this feminine, and they are wearing a mask. Okay. So remember, I said somebody in this situation is going to be like manipulating, putting on an act, and it might be like they want to get them where it'll hurt. Maybe it'll hurt this person to have them feel the sting in their pocketbook. I don't know. This also could be maybe this Devil knows what's behind the mask with this feminine, and this Devil's going to kind of beat them at their own game. Be careful making deals with the Devil. Like maybe this Devil's going to come in and flaunt the money, promise the money, because they've seen beyond this mask. They know this game that, this person is playing. The Devil is crafty. The Devil ain't no fool. The Devil's crafty. He knows what can lure people in. We see it's a trap. Okay. Look at how they're shackled together. All right. There really is a need to be mindful of this. On the other side of this, we have the Two of Cups. Okay. Love relationship. All right. And what's crossing it? Options. This has third party situation all over it. And I don't know why it wants to focus on that with you all, but that Seven of Cups is options. It's options. It's illusion. It's fantasy. It's a need to get clarity. It's a need to have space to get your head clear. Because right now, look at all these cups. They're being offered, in this cloud of illusion. It's like castles in the clouds. It all seems very fantastical. It all seems like it promises so much, but I guarantee you some of those cups will poison you. Some of those cups don't have anything of substance in them, but it might be presented to you as like, oh, I'm ready to commit, I'm your soulmate. I really feel so deeply for you, and I was wrong, and won't you give me another chance, They might try to like sweeten you up with like buying you some expensive gift, some token. I think there's going to be confusion here. Okay. It's a game. It's a game and it's a manipulation. Got the Chariot on the bottom. Okay. So there's movement around this. And we got the Four of Wands to the Emperor, to the Sun, to Death, to the Five of Pentacles, to the Knight of Swords, to the High Priestess. This is what's going to happen. I'm telling you. Pay attention. The Emperor comes in. The Emperor is talking a really good game. The Emperor is going to sweeten the pot. The Emperor is going to say everything that you wanted to hear. The Emperor is going to promise marriage, commitment, building a home together. It's going to lead to happiness. They're going to paint like such a rosy picture for you. All right. To get things moving forward. Okay. To get things moving forward with this Chariot. Now, this Chariot is kind of chaotic. Okay. This Chariot, it moves forward, but if you notice, the horses are moving in two different directions, okay? And there's some instability in this situation. But we see what is beyond the promise. Death. There is death. Again, it's an illusion. It's an ending. And it leaves you in the Five of Pentacles, okay? Again, there's that financial loss, a feeling of being cut off. This could potentially be a situation of being ghosted, okay? Because there's a hidden factor here with this High Priestess. Something is happening beneath the surface that is not readily apparent. And with it coming in with the Knight of Swords, I'm telling you, it is subterfuge. This person has a vendetta. They want to get even. They want to get even, and there's a financial piece. They want to get their hands on some assets. I'm going to do a final cut of the deck energy because, to be honest with you, I don't want to keep reading on this shitty person who's like causing this kind of harm, man. Like, this is some negative energy, so I don't know what's going on here. I am picking up serious cross-watcher vibes, man, though, for real. It feels a bit like a hijacked reading here to a certain extent. Yeah, boom, Tower. This Tower is coming the fuck down. Somebody in this scenario has Scorpio strongly aspected in their chart. We have Death come up twice. We also have this Towers come up here, okay? Also another Scorpio card. There's big Mars energy on the board, big Aries, big Scorpio energy on the board, and a need for an ending. If there have been lies, if there has been shit that's been hidden, this House of Cards is coming down with that Tower energy. It will be revealed. And there is a security piece here with the Four of Pentacles on the other side of the deck energy. And it leads to Nine of Swords, okay? Nine of Swords. This is anxiety. This is fear. This is worry. This is feeling like something's going to sneak up behind you. There's what I'm picking up more than anything is there's something that requires honesty in this situation. Somebody's not telling the truth. Somebody has a secret and it's damaging. This secret is damaging to a relationship. That's what I'm getting. And you have to pick what side you're on. It could be damaging to a relationship you have with a friend. It could be damaging to a relationship you have with a family member. It could be damaging to a relationship that you have with a lover, with a wife, with a husband. Okay? You have to take it as it applies to your situation, but somebody is coming in with a message in this time period, and they are going to be spitting some good game, and they are going to promise the other everything they always wanted to hear. Maybe this person never was willing to commit before. Maybe this person never was willing to go that extra mile, never willing to bridge the gap. If this person is somebody that you knew online, maybe, they never were willing to take the steps to actually meet in person. Something is going to be presented that gives the illusion that, oh, we're moving forward here, and gives the impression that it's a really positive development. I think that you will be very tempted. Somebody's going to be very tempted. If it's you making the offer, or if it's the other. Like I said, Scorpio energy strong. So there's like this vendetta energy here. So it could be you with the vendetta, Taurus, or it could be this other person. Okay. But I did notice that Seven of Swords came in with the Emperor. So I feel it's the Emperor energy that's got this manipulation going on. I think there's this money piece. They might use money as the hook for some reason. Maybe they think you're materialistic. Maybe they think that could like reel you in. But there's something about money going on here. Now, on a business capacity, okay? One other way that this can be taken for those that you're like, I'm not with anybody, I haven't been seeing anybody, love is not at the forefront for me at all. In a business capacity, I feel like this could have something to do with the acquisition of a house. It would be most likely related to someone's passing, a will. And there's some couple that is sort of contesting the will, and they want to get their hands on what is supposed to be for you. And there's some kind of manipulation going on, somebody trying to take more than their share, somebody interfering with this process. I also feel that this could be a case of somebody interfering in a business. And I'm still getting couple energy. I feel like it's a couple owns the business, and there's this third party element that's coming in. Maybe the couple that owns this business decided to bring in like some financial expert, somebody who is maybe supposed to be handling the books, helping to manage the finances, some type of accountant, some type of tax person. And they think that this person really is like on the up and up, but this person is going to do a little manipulation and kind of skim some off the top, and it could potentially cause some real problems down the road. Could even affect the security of your home. Okay, so be careful about moving forward with this person, and if anything doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. Trust what's coming up for you. But that's what I got. Okay, that's what I got. I want to see, like, I just want to get one more card. I want to see clarification, please. What is the best course of action for Taurus to take right now, whether they're dealing with some kind of complicated relationship dynamic, whether they're dealing with interference in their finances on a business capacity, or in some kind of family situation where there's a dividing of assets. What is some overall general guidance you can give Taurus spirit to navigate this situation? What should they do? How should they move through this situation? What would be their best course of action? Please illuminate the path to Taurus. When this person comes forward and they make this offer to you, you should refuse this offer with the Four of Cups. Okay, you should turn this down. You shouldn't work with this person. 49:49 on the clock when I said that. That's 13:13. And for me, 13 is a huge power number. Okay, and it's also 4:4. Okay, which is all about fate and double fours is 8. That's destiny, okay? You have your choice, okay? It's all about what you choose, how you decide to move. I'm telling you, this person's going to reach out to you, and this is somebody that, you know, there's red flags all over the place. There's been problems before. This is somebody who's going to be selling quite a different story this time. It's up to you what you do. And this is what I get out of it for you, Taurus. So weigh your choices very carefully with that justice card in the mix, and judgment as well. Okay. And I do think that you will make the right judgment. I do, because you had both justice and judgment upright. But just as a cautionary, I'm going to bring this forward. Make sure you think very carefully before you enter into any kind of clandestine arrangement, cutting somebody in on something on the side, trying to do anything secretive, and being sort of manipulated into finding ways to justify that it's okay to do that because of the story this person's selling. Because one choice you make leads to fate, which means you're going to have a really hard time moving through owning your choices down the road. And I see that it will really affect your home life, your finances, your stability in the negative, in the negative. The other choice leads to you actually changing this pattern. And I feel like it's been kind of a pattern in your life, throughout your life, in one form or another. And involves you kind of transforming this energy by making a different choice, by really staying invested in the work you've done in yourself and knowing your value, knowing your worth, refusing this offer. And by you doing that, it then spins fate into destiny. And let's get a cut of the deck energy on this. If you do that, if you make the right choice, if you refuse this offer, what does it bring for us? Cut deck. Hangman. Wait for it, okay? You got to wait for it. You'll be waiting a bit. I think you're needing to get a different view on this situation. You know, you'll need to have patience, but we see your finances will be secure with this 8 of Pentacles. What is due you, what you have built for yourself, it will continue to grow, okay? So do be mindful of this. Your security is really important in this piece. It has something to do with your money, big time. Money factoring in. So you can either choose this, you know, being in your creative power, preserving everything you're building, you know, being in a good place materially, financially, feeling good, feeling happy, feeling fulfilled. Look at that. Creating your Ace of Pentacles that comes in the spring, you know, or you can have the 5 of Swords and be betrayed. Be smart. Don't be no fool. You know better. I trust you're going to do the right thing. I think you're a smart cookie.